Recording in progress.
And could all the commissioners make sure that their microphones are on, please? Thank you.
It is after 1 o'clock. Is that on? Is that on?
That's
Okay. It's after 1 o'clock. I apologize. Can we call the Harrison Planning Commission to order? Roll call, please.
Chairman Pat Brown,
Here.
Bob Dodson, Cloyd Baltimore, Jim Harp,
Here.
Liz Torgerson, Joel Williams,
Here.
and Drew Vining.
Here.
You do have a
We
quorum.
have a quorum. We need to approve the minutes from our October 22nd commission meeting. We have a motion. Do we have a second? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Minutes approved. Planning Commission, the first new business we have is the large scale development for Culver's Restaurant located at 105 Highway 43. Do we have an applicant that would like to come up and speak in regards to this project? Could you come to the podium, state your name, please? Wait a minute, I think that's all.
Hayden Watkins, I'm with Kimley Horn.
Okay. Anything you'd like to add or discuss or what
Yes,
you're
sir.
proposing? Any questions to the applicant? Okay, thank you. Wade? That was tough.
Thank you. Yeah, so I did pass out staff notes ahead of the meeting. I apologize if those weren't quite as timely as usual. We really don't have many comments on this project. Everything's pretty straightforward. I'll just kind of hit the highlights. Architectural standards are all well beyond our minimum requirements. There's stormwater detention proposed for the site is an underground system. Everything looks good as far as meeting our requirements. They are proposing an access drive off of Highway 43. I know that's a heavy traffic area. I'm sure some of you probably heard some concerns about more traffic there, but you know, they've done a good job pushing that driveway as far to the east as they can to get it as far from the intersection as possible. I think they've pretty well done the best they could there. Parking all seems to be pretty well in line. I'll have to double check occupancy when they come through. Building permit, but they've got 46 spaces proposed with 2 of those being ADA, and I think that should pretty well cover anything that they would need as far as meeting our requirements. Landscape plan was in pretty good compliance. They did have to limit the street and perimeter trees a little bit, just due to the existing utilities out there. And the location of that retaining wall that RDOT had to put in whenever they did the intersection project. The only real comment I've got is they've got some proposed retaining walls. Looks like they're going to exceed a 30-inch height on at least part of those. So prior to building permit, you know, we'll need to see plans that show some sort of handrail or fall protection on that, on those areas, at least those areas that are above the 30-inch drop. Otherwise, staff has no issues or compliance or any objections to approving the project. You have to answer the question. Yeah.
What kind of grade do we have at the entrance drive? And one other question, you think the entrance drive is wide enough?
It's your minimum for having, you know, just two lanes, one in, one out. They didn't propose 2 drive lanes out. Not sure I have any real objection to that.
Drew, you've been our RDOT expert.
I think, and I'm not 100%, but I think talking with Ben, getting their permits, I believe they increased the width of the drive some.
Okay.
I think.
From-
Did y'all increase the width of the drive? Getting your permit?
Yeah, they asked us to, lighten it up.
Yeah.
So what's shown is not correct?
Yeah, they were going to wait and do anything
Okay.
together.
It looked tight to me, but.
I thought I heard Ben saying that they were
Okay.
getting their permit from our North Dakota Wild Minutes.
So our not required to move it longer.
Yeah.
And that's. You know, I don't have any objection to that at all.
Yeah.
I,
What will be the maximum occupancy?
I think if we get inside loud seating, it's 85.
How much of your business is drive-through?
Depends on the restaurant, but, usually 50% or more is driving. And
Okay.
there is a little bit might be.
I just wanted to make sure it wasn't too steep, but
no, it's,
less than 5%.
it's. Got a little bit of very, it's gonna be. Less than 10.
In that short a distance, you think that's,
10's usually what we limit to. Mark that as.
if it's 80. See what the road is. You'll be kind of coming down, coming out of it, you're gonna be coming downhill a little bit, obviously. Any questions, commissioners, comments? I think the only thing that you really mentioned was about the retaining wall that seems
Where we
to be.
exceed that, and that's something that they'll catch through building permit review as well.
With 80 patrons, you think, I mean, we're gonna have enough parking, do you think?
So we're 1 for 4 occupancy, so there'll be.
I mean, it meets
20.
code.
Yeah.
Stormwater's all underground.
Yes, sir.
Comments from commissioners? What's the wish of the commissioners?
I move to approve. Second.
We have a motion to approve in a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Next item we have on the agenda is a large scale development for First Community bank branch located at 1204 Highway 65 North. That would be just north and a little bit west of the proposed Sedani and Cutler facility. We have an applicant here. Come up and state your name, please.
My name is Tim Yelvington. I'm the architect on the job with RPPY Architects. Basically, it's it'd be a 6,000 square foot branch bank, full service branch bank, and it will also have a community room because this bank loves to provide a community room that people can, anybody can use. So they have an existing drive-through auto teller. I mean, not auto teller, but ATM on the site already, if you're familiar with that. We did work with the clinic surgery center behind us, and we're sort of sharing some grading. So we could do away with some retaining walls, so.
That was smart.
Yeah, oh yeah, that saved both of us money. These days you need to do that. We're sure some retention. What's the proper way to teach your engineer? Detention, so, fine, they have a detention problem, so we're hearing that, so.
Any questions to the applicant? Wade?
I don't have a whole lot of comments on this one. Basic requirements in zoning code land development, they pretty well met everything. Talk a little bit about detention. They are using the combined shared detention with the Baxter Regional MOB. So those discussions started a long time ago. Cromwell and Crafton Toll worked together. I've got all the drainage reports submitted from Crafton Toll. It is adequately sized to serve both sites and to prevent any, increase in downstream runoff. Utilities are pretty straightforward. They are going to run a private sewer line up from south of the property, which they do have a utility easement to make that run. Just really the only thing, again, that I've got a comment on was back to, they've got a large retaining wall along the west and south side of the property. It's a segmental block retaining wall. We'll have to see portions of it get over 4 feet, so we'll have to see engineered plans before they really get started on that. But those typically come from the contractors and get submitted to us, as they're going through construction.
Where's the retaining wall on the west?
It's on the
Next to the detention?
on the south, goes around the corner.
Right here.
Yeah, they've got, you get over the grading plans, all kind of your top of all, and then finished grades, top of all, but it's gonna come from right here.
Oh,
Around.
okay, I see it. And then stop right here.
Like somewhere.
What's being proposed on this earthen slope on the south side? Are we looking at riprap again? Cause I can tell you, that's. Yeah, I don't know, I was just really disappointed in the way the back of that 30% looks. That riprap. And then they pouring into it now for some reason, now it even looks worse.
They're back slopes, those are all 3-to-1, so they should be able to get those vegetated. I know with the Baxter office, they needed to get to, I think they had to get closer to a 2-to-1, and that's why they had to go with the.
Yeah, but they tore into it, now it even looks worse. And I'm just afraid what it's gonna look like in 5 years with trees and vegetation growing up in it. Yeah, it's just a lot of grade going on over there.
It's a different, that whole area is a difficult development just with the grades that are out there right now.
But that's all, right now we're showing side,
Side.
side and some trees on the parking lot side of the thing.
Okay.
We have a landscape plan if you want to see it.
Yeah,
Out in that set, we've got a whole set of drawings for the building.
have you seen those?
You got, yeah, there's actually,
Is there one? Yeah, there's that phase towards the back.
Thinking RDOT's okay with the two entrances and heard them.
I hadn't heard on that one, but I mean, they've already got the driveways there, so.
Oh, those are.
yeah, they've got existing drives there for
Yeah.
the,
Two of them?
for the Tim.
Okay.
Yeah. Those ones they're not adding.
Any questions, or comments to Wade? James, could you show that Floyd is present? Yes. Any questions, comments? Nope, wish of the commissioners. We have a motion to approve. We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
A second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Quick and easy. We have no old business. New business is proposed changes to the flood damage prevention code.
So, the flood damage prevention code gets incorporated into the subdivision regulations. So I wanted to update you on a change that's coming. Right now, the pre-board requirement for new development in the floodplain is 1 foot per our local code. You know, the standard has been transitioning to that 2 foot is what a lot of cities have gone to. We've not done that yet. But it's time that we're going to need to. So PUD has issued some new regulations that will go into effect January 1. So any residential construction that's built after January 1 that doesn't meet that minimum 2 foot freeboard above the base flood elevation will not be eligible for FHA loans. So
But conventional loan, no.
that would, you know, that's going to depend on the lender and the underwriter and how they're going to handle that. But just, you know, once we've got that potential for, you know, new homes not being eligible for FHA loans. So I presented, you know, a revised ordinance to the council, did that this month. They put it on 1 reading. We expect, you know, I expect that it will probably get approved and adopted in December with an effective date of January 1, just to go in line with the HUD requirements.
So how does that affect commercial?
We're gonna, commercial and we're gonna move it to the 2 foot as well. We're gonna keep them the same instead of treating it in different classes of
Well,
construction.
industrial, I mean, all.
Yeah, it will all be, basically any construction will go to that 2 foot freeboard requirement. And that's more informative, once, you know, once that goes into effect, I'll get updated copies, you know, of that code out to the commissioners, just so you have those. That way, as we do have development in floodplain, we've got everything in hand.
Any questions to Wade in regards to that? Thank you. The other business is to reschedule our December regular planning commission meeting, which falls into the holidays.
Yeah, that's, so on our normal calendar, it would be on December 24th.
And I will not be available. You know, we want to move it to the week before. We'll do that. Does anybody have any problems with the week before?
17th instead of 24th.
Let me look at my schedule just to make sure.
Well, I'm not, I don't have anything that I know of that's coming in, but.
So we may not even have.
Right, I just want to get a date set so that if something does come in, we're at least ready to go.
Does anybody have a problem with the 17th? Can I have a motion, please?
Motion.
We have a motion that the planning commission be changed to December the 17th. We have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? December 17th. We have no other.
I did send out an update. Did you guys get the calendar for 25?
Yes.
It was in your packets.
I do, I remember seeing
Yeah, I
it,
got it.
but where it is a good question. Here it is.
Mainly, I wanted to go ahead and see if we wanted to look at changing November and December next year and establishing that now. So that, if I do have items on those that would require public hearings or public notice, we've got a little bit better heads up as far as getting those publications in. In November of 25. The 25th would be the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We typically not had issue with that. I just wanted at least.
Personally, I don't see a problem with November 25th myself, but since it's a couple of days before, so Thanksgiving's on the 27th.
Yes.
Anybody see an issue with the 25th? Yeah, December 23rd will be a problem, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's what December would be, the 23rd. It's not technically a city holiday, but I'm a little concerned about being able to get a quorum. So if it was the commission's wish is to have me, on the schedule, the official schedule for next year, move that up a week. Or what do you mean?
Just to be rather safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So, well, that would be the
16th.
16th. We have a motion to change the.
I'll make a motion to change it.
We have a motion to change the scheduled December 23rd meeting to December the 16th. Any second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Good. Thank you for getting that. Yeah, that's good to have. Any other business to come before the Harrison Planning Commission?
No, the other one.
Yeah. Well, I'll make a motion that we adjourn. Okay, we have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Everybody have a great Thanksgiving and I appreciate everybody's hard work this year. And a safe holiday.